So just taking the dog out today. Frosty, not frosty, it's cold. It's just cold. But it's quite a beautiful evening. You didn't really tune in to watch me take the dog for a walk, so I'll show you what I've been working on today. Right, so I'm going to put that brush to one side now. We're going to start working on the tops of the trees here. And we're going to move over to the rigger brush. This is the Series 1, size 0. Alright, so I'm just going to lean against my hand here so we don't smudge the work that we've already done. And this tree seems to come up to about, I'm going to say, this area here. So we can extend from there. Something like that. We have another around that point and another there, a little bit lower. This one seems to be probably the tallest one, and I would say that goes right to the top of the sky, about there, maybe even a little bit higher, but that's okay for now. What else have we got? We've got another one roughly in this part. This one here. Just get them in roughly the right place to begin with, and then we can start adding some of the foliage on there. Right, so now we know where they need to be, we can go ahead and start adding some colour to it. So I'm going to go in with, mix in straight in with this brown, some dioxazine purple and some cerulean blue. Make sure that it's thinned down nicely. Probably be best if we start from the left here. And what we're going to do is just build up body of the upper reaches of those branches and foliage there. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Trying to get it to look roughly right. Now actually looking at the photograph, they tend to drop down in that area like that. And then we're just going to move from left to right, doing pretty much the same sort of thing. Obviously the top of the tree is going to be a little bit more delicate. Going to have to use thinner paint if we can. By the time you get down to about that point there, it then starts to get a little bit bigger, those brush marks. Okay, so there are probably some areas within these trees where we need to introduce some of the sky colour behind. Probably more in these sorts of areas here and in this part. We're going to do that at the end, I think what we're going to do now is put in some of these trunks, and then we'll put the foliage over. So let's just give this brush a clean, and we'll move on to the next stage. Making sure that it's been thinned down enough to get a nice sharp edge, nice sharp line, and we're just going to extend these tree trunks all the way down. And as you can see, I'm just steadying my hand by resting my finger on the panel there. That's allowing me to get these straighter edges. Just be careful that you're not smudging the area under your finger. Now this is already pretty much dried, or it's certainly gone tacky, so it's not really doing a lot. I'm starting to disturb the paint now, so I'm going to rest against this wooden bar here. It keeps my hand off the painting. So going back to the same brush that we used for the foliage on these trees here, this is the Series 4, size 1. Just gently going over the areas that we did earlier on. I don't need to go over the whole thing, it's really just the darker tones that we're looking to put in here. Okay, so that's pretty much the ticket. We will need to lighten up on that as well. Now the tops of the trees, there seems to be a lot more warmth in those. So although it's okay to use some of these colours a bit further up, the majority of that is going to be a much lighter and warmer green. But I'm just going to persevere now with this colour just as we move along. So it's we've still got this cooler colour in parts in here. But then it starts to turn into a warmer green as we move into this part. So let's just exhaust this colour first of all. Okay, so starting to get there now. I think we can start to put in the lightest areas in that part of the tree there. So that's pretty much finished. I'm just going to put some of these lighter bits of sky, some gaps through the trees, and then I'm going to move over to this part here. So I'm going to put that brush to one side. I'm going to go back to the Series 1, the size 0. I'm just going to add a few little dots, little gaps in the trees. Probably just thin it slightly to get a better edge. Just in these areas they're a little bit more dense. Just adding a few areas where we can see sky through. Well, I'm just going to continue finishing or editing the last little bit of this video. I hope you liked that. If you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. The brushes from this video available from my website, and also this is a feature length lesson on my website as well, so go and check that out. All the links are in the description, and I hope to see you in the next video, so we'll see you soon.